Alright, so after Gungaga, let's see what happened in the Cosmo Canyon region. Cosmo Canyon is a place of beauty and wisdom.
It's a desert.
Well, it's more like, think of it as an oasis in the desert, Wibbs.
Look at the bright side, there's also mountains.
Or it may not be the most pleasant environment for humans. There you go.
It's brown.
How's it good for you with all your fur and heat? The perfect site for the home of Planetology, which can do no wrong.
Not at all.
Now he gets a second win, which
Just in time
translates
for
to a battle.
Again, just to pass out a bit of time.
The door to Planetology is rife with many fights in life, they say.
Surprisingly, no Sahagins for this, but what can you do?
Can't we walk just like 2 minutes before we run into an enemy?
Excellent, excellent choice, Yuffie. You're gonna be used as bait to distract the enemy.
That wasn't Yuffie, that was Aerith.
Also. Anyway, don't worry about Red XIII, and we'll get some more different costumes for him soon enough. Unfortunately, similar to Barrett, he is one that tends to be on the low tier side of receiving costumes, unfortunately.
Let me guess, the main three that get the most costumes are Cloud, Aerith, and T-Bar.
How did you guess? To be fair, Zack and young Sephiroth seems to be on the up and up at the very least, but pretty much almost the entire rest of the cast gets picked and choose occasionally to have, some breadcrumbs.
Favoritism at work, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's the way the cookie crumbles, Yuffie. You know, the sad thing is that I could maybe get it if at least Barrett was included in on that favoritism, since he is part of the OG trio. Whoa, so this is it.
Remember how we talked about coming here with Biggs, Wedge, and Jesse?
But we can't because they're dead.
No, don't you understand? They're here with us, but in the live stream.
I mean, to be fair, yes, that's what Planetology basically let them potentially cope with.
And possibly alive if we're going off of whatever the heck the remake is doing.
There's also a lot of talk that I didn't mention about the bigger mythos of the live stream, but for now we don't have the time.
Yeah. Guess we'll need to learn all we can about the planet for their sake, too. Maybe Planetology can explain why the girls get most of the costumes and gotchas. Oh, wait, I think I already know why.
Shush.
There was also a bit of a small touch of Yuffie getting on top of the stairs and being tired of that.
Come on, Barrett, there's no need to whine.
I am home. It is I, Nanaki.
Here comes the switch.
I'll have to explain this later because somehow we completely avoid to talk about this so far.
Hey, Nanaki, you're safe. Come on and say hello to Bugenhaghen.
Also, some Planetologists on right.
Hmm? Is Red acting a little strange?
He sounds like Sonic the Hedgehog.
Now, if I recall correctly,
I'm not even joking. Okay, I might as well use this moment to mention it. See, one thing that the original translation completely did not manage to capture is the fact that up until this point in the story, Red XIII acts super tough and gruff. Remember the thing that Pedro did mention when we did remake that he thought Max Mittelmann's voice was not fitting for Red? I did forget about this. But that's him putting a brave face facade, when in reality, he sounds like Sonic the Hedgehog. basically.
So ironically,
Huh.
Max Middleman was a perfect pick because, okay, yeah, a lot of people were caught off guard by this, but originally, the thing about Red 13 is he's old by human standards, but he's like a teenager by
Bugenhaghen is about to
regular
say, and it was a
standards.
thing also told in the original manual, but the text was not conveying well what, the kind of characters which that Red had. The personality definitely, but not in the way he spoke. And unfortunately, because he only had one spoken line in the rest of the entire compilation, Liam Bryan did not really do anything to capture that by the time of Advent Children. So instead, when it comes to Rebirth, in fact, this did caught a couple of people by surprise, believe it or not.
Yep. Holy cow, he becomes like a giggling kid when the truth about him is revealed.
In turn, this leads to a bit of a balance after the character arc, where sometimes, he puts the brave face, but sometimes, instead he keeps his original attitude. It's a, min-maxing kind of thing.
As a plus, it leads to a glorious scene where he poses as a soldier to challenge Cloud in a duel, which is... Wow, I'll let you see that scene for yourself when we get to Rebirth.
Maybe there's some people here that know about the Promised Land and the Ancients.
Why don't you ask Grandpa? He's incredible. He knows everything. The only thing we need to remember is what Red told us when we already know, the fact that he believes his father was a coward, his mother died, and he's the last of his species. Mind you, this is not ignoring a bit what happened establishing before Crisis, in fact that he has a mate, actually. Led by Red 13, they go and greet Bugenhaghen.
I will say, one thing I probably would have changed a bit would have had his change to the more less mature stance, maybe be a bit before they literally just enter the
And yeah,
gate.
they kept the floating crystal ball for him. I hear that you
Beautiful.
looked after Nanaki. You're still a child, you see.
Oh god, I'm surrounded by children.
And
on
then
this
Red
venture.
turns into Polishore. But
Wow,
Grandpa,
I'm literally the only other child here.
but Grandpa, I don't wanna go.
Child. Oh, Red 13 voiced by Pauly Shore. Pauly Shore doing a stoic voice.
He's very quiet and reserved. You thought he was an adult? Fucking idiots.
Cue to the many
acts
quotes from
like
Biodome.
Nanaki's tribe has incredible longevity, so you see, his 48 years would be equal to that of a 15 or 16-year-old human.
He's the baby of the group.
Wait.
see-
Are you saying he's more mature than me?
Yes.
Yes.
Sorry, Yuffie, the fucking dog is more mature than you. Grandpa, I want to be an adult. I want to grow up to be able to protect you in the village.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god, it is like Pauly Shore. Oh lord, Pauly Shore is part of the Final Fantasy VII cast. Can you imagine?
If he'd have replaced whoever voiced him originally, that alone probably would have tanked the remake.
Like he said, that
sales.
was Liam O'Brien for one line in total. Oh, no, Nanaki, you can't stand on your own yet. Till then now will destroy you in the long run.
You
Basically,
whippersnapper.
you're still a kid, so be a kid.
You've seen reactors so tall that they reach the sky, haven't you? Looking up too much makes you lose perspective and cause you neck pain.
What does that even mean?
When it's time for the planet to die, you'll understand when you know absolutely nothing, whether that's tomorrow or in 100 years.
What a wonderful thing to look forward to. When the planet dies. How do you know this?
I read the script.
13-year-old script at this point.
There's a prophecy and everything, don't worry about
I
it.
hear its cries. Oh no, Grandpa is off his meds and,
Just change the
he's hearing
change the
the
planet
planet
snappy. It'll be fine.
What's that?
Poor substitution of the planet's cry from the original, unfortunately. The sounds of the stars in the heavens. While this goes on, planets are born and die. You see, Cloud, there might be a planet out there where there's a version of you with pink hair.
Huh. Wait,
How
am I OP
specific?
and completely dominating in every single task that I do? What was that?
Oh, that was the planet screaming. Didn't you hear it? As if to say, I hurt, I suffer.
No, that was the planet for Final Fantasy 14 getting too bright again.
So, they're here on a journey to save the planet.
Someone keeps turning the brightness up, so it's really annoying.
To save the planet? Impossible. What can humans possibly do?
Recycling, green light energies, rocketing
What did
trash into
you
the
all
sun.
get?
Eventually, all humans die. What happens to them after they die?
Well, I hear that people die when they're killed, so...
We're not doing this.
The body decomposes and returns to the planet. That much everyone knows.
I'm surprised you are blessed with that knowledge, Shiroi.
Yes, it's literally
an
something
ancient
me
meme,
and... It's literally something me and the group of friends I play game with just quote on the daily.
Anyway, what about the
Curious
souls?
if you guys actually know about the source material. Don't they return to the planet too?
Yes, the souls return too. And not only those of humans, but everything on this planet. In fact, all living things in the universe are the same. This
In fact, you...
leads a bit to a question that I always had, because Planetology is never clear about this. How much of your individuality is lost when you die? We know that potent individuals can resist death, like Sephiroth, for example, but the medium who travels the planet showcases a couple of people who still retain their, identity before they're absorbing the live stream. But otherwise, you're gone after that, It's all about the bigger picture and everything.
My guess is that it's similar to Nobody's in the Kingdom Hearts verse, where if you have a strong enough will, you will remain very clearly back, hence why we see Aerith and Zack back so vividly in Advent Children along with Sephiroth. Like, if you don't have as much a will...
Schmuck, then. In other words,
well, you
a
see,
pop
Tio,
of
that's what
energy
we
of the
call...
souls roaming the planet. Gone.
Tio, that's what we call in RPG terms main character energy. You just gotta be enough of a main character to not be morphed into a faceless monster or lost damn soul.
Spirit energy is a word that you should never forget.
Also, Jova, guess which visual novel the Friday stream series has moved on to?
Oh, no.
Oh god, they actually are doing Fate Stay Night. Good
We
for them.
are, yes.
Are you actually doing the original version, complete with the 8 scenes and everything, as hokily written as they were by Nasu?
No, we aren't.
Okay, you're doing the
YouTube will have
Rialto.
our heads.
Fair enough. Stick with the Rialto one.
Come, I have something I want to show you. Yes, we do get, thankfully we do get the planetary scene, which I think it is lifted partially from Rebirth.
This is really something.
So pretty, just like the real thing.
Looks like it came out of that treasure planet
It is
movie.
something, isn't it? This is my laboratory. All the workings of space are entered into this radiolographic system. Spirit energy is the source of life in trees, for trees, birds, and humans.
Including this galaxy brain Chad here.
And not only living things.
Molecules too!
Yeah, okay, Bugenhaghen. It's needed to sustain our planet. And if that energy were to disappear...
The lights would go off.
In a manner of speaking, yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sure it's fine.
It's like that planet in Kirby 64. These are the basics of planetology.
And that was my TED talk.
If spirit energy disappears, our planet will die.
Ho ho ho! Spirit energy is efficient because it exists within nature.
Sure.
When it's forcefully extracted and manufactured, it can't accomplish its true purpose.
Good to know. You're talking about Mako energy, right?
No, I'm talking about your mom. What do you think I'm talking about?
Every day,
Mom's dead.
Mako reactors suck up spirit energy, diminishing it.
Well, she's at the planet now, so...
It's compressed in reactors and processed into Mako energy. All living things are being used up and thrown away.
Like a big recycling reserve.
In other words, Mako energy will only destroy the planet.
So in that case, we should load all the Mako into missiles and launch them into the sun. Let's just get Superman on that.
That's not how it works. And that's it.
Oh yeah, that's right. We need to want peace enough for that to work.
And get Superman in front of whatever the UN equivalent is here.
Wow, that was incredible.
Yes, Superman 4, I wouldn't call it incredible.
I guess it really spoke to Tifa somehow.
Definitely.
That's a character flaw she has, I suppose.
Yeah, that was really something.
Oh, Barrett too,
I can make
apparently.
better visual effects with my materia.
I can only hope what you learned today will be of some help to you on your journey.
Okay, Barrett, I could easily see getting suckered into thinking that Superman 4 is secretly genius. He's a good guy, but he is way too blunt with his thinking sometimes.
I'm bored.
Thank you for your contribution, Yuffie.
Then go to sleep.
It's throwing
Yuffie,
to
why-
fire.
Yuffie, life isn't a game that can constantly entertain you. What do you
Come
think this
on.
is?
Let's go look for materia.
What do you think this is? A
It's 2 o'clock in the morning.
What Air said.
No, it's quite times like these that end up becoming treasured memories. So shut the fuck up, Lassie.
You really think so? Alright.
Memories, like a chain of memories. I wonder what everyone's thinking about.
Of course, remember, this influences your data, so the order in which you speak is important.
Yeah, I totally want to date the dog cat over there with the flame tail. What's up?
Basically, choosing Red 13 diminishes all the others and influences Yuffie in return, basically.
Ha! Trick answer, ain't that?
Wait, Cloud is up, well, his hair is.
It's math, Drova.
Bonfires are funny, aren't they? Then they make you remember all sorts of things.
Oh, that.
Yeah,
one
that
that came out of nowhere, and two, yeah, bonfires are funny. They make me remember when some nutter tried to blow up the parliament.
Also,
They make you remember when to respawn. Or
exactly.
Bonfires remind me of the fires that burned our village down.
Speaking of which,
You know, Cloud, 5 years ago. Hey, bonfires are funny. Remember that funny story where everything burned to the ground?
I mean, I can imagine, you know, a fire would be traumatizing to someone who passed through that event.
It's nothing. Forget it.
Okay.
No. This is the time for remembering, apparently. Let's remember.
Yes, absolutely. I remember Nibelheim. Everyone died. The end.
You really are you? I
Despite
don't know how to.
everything.
I don't know how to read that.
No, it's
Well,
fine.
I mean, fair enough. I don't get it either.
She's basically convincing herself, you know, that Cloud is the real deal. Remember, at this point, she might have had some doubt.
Right, Cloud?
Yeah, I think I would know it's me.
Despite everything,
Cloud-
Cloud, it's
Cloud's
still
been a
you.
hologram all along.
Whatever
have
you
a-
do, Cloud, don't go down the weird route.
You do have a big knife to match that.
That's
Oh
true.
god. Are we really gonna have him go down the weird route?
Alright, let's see who to talk next.
If you want to go through another weird portal, you could just shove that sword into the ground.
Alright, what about Barrett?
You're awfully quiet. Something on your mind? Oh, Aerith snoozes over there.
You know what they say, Harry, if you snooze, you lose.
Seriously, she slunched over like she's dead or something. I promise.
This is what happens in Rebirth. Sephiroth gets the jump on everyone and stabs her while she's asleep right there.
How wouldn't shit be funny if Sephiroth did try to do Hell's Gate on Aerith way earlier than he said?
Yeah, and he did it while no one was looking as well.
And that's terrible.
Anyway, now they're all gone. They died for the planet.
Call back to what was mentioned before about Biggs, Wedge, and Jesse.
Was it really to save the planet?
I hope so.
Or was it all because of our hatred? My hatred for Shinra. Well, given that by Advent Children you produce an oil rig, apparently it was because of your hatred because of Shinra. Is it the right thing to go
Now, you
on?
can make an argument that even before that he was mining coal, which wasn't, that much better. But still, it's one of those things that pulls you out of the story and makes you wonder if writing-wise there wasn't any other better way to write.
Like, it's not even that he barely has time to show an Advent Children. It's like, they went for the exact opposite. And I could get, maybe he realizes that some energy consumption is just fine. Like, some people just gonna drive a car, whatnot. But going all the way to oil rig, which, don't get me wrong, yes, oil is an important resource, but it is also one of the most clearly critiqued means of energy maintenance.
It's the fucking thing that, the Mako energy was a parallel to. Because remember, this was written in the early 90s, right after the oil crisis.
Like, I mean, why go for the exact opposite in that regard? Like, there are plenty of other ways for him to become an entrepreneur.
You'll be fine.
You'll be fine. Well, you know what? I'm an amazing therapist talking to people. Who should I help next?
Alright, let's go to the Sleeping Beauty.
Hey, wake up. You okay?
No, Jova, you have to
So
do
she did
it.
actually go to sleep.
You have to say it like the corp from that Dreamcast ring game. You okay, lady?
Oh, hey, Cloud. I just had this weird dream. I was kneeling at an altar, and some weird guy with a giant sword was heading straight for me. And then I woke up.
Weird.
I learned a lot coming here. The elders taught me many things.
Now you have to say it
Yabby.
like those old messed up MLP animations. Hey, Yuffie,
About the
you
Cetra
alright?
and the Promised Land.
She's sleeping.
She's relaxing, admittedly.
I'm alone. I'm all alone now.
You know we're
I
all
know.
here, right?
I know, but
While she's sleeping, we should just sneak away quietly.
I'm the only Cetra.
And you need help with that? Does that mean we
No.
can't... Well, Cloud, there might be a way you can help.
No.
Not right now, Cloud, okay?
Huh.
Bye.
No, there's no comeback to
What
that.
did that have to do with memories, Cloud? Jesus.
The bonfire, remember, that's the catalyst in saying about it. Alright, let's
Yeah,
talk to Red 13.
I guess the weird thing is everyone else at least ties to memories. Eris doesn't.
Long ago, when I was still very small, we were all around this flame. Never mind.
So now the voice is back.
Well, again, trying to go for the middle thing.
Mhm.
It's about my parents. When I talk about my mother, I'm full of pride and joy. That's fine. But when I think of my father, my heart's full of anger. That's a
Yeah,
line
my-
from that's line from the regional, and if you forgot or you haven't seen it, Machina Bridge turns his daddy issues a bit the notch. You really can't forgive your father? Of course not. He left mother for dead.
Is this gonna be a thing you do, guy? Just appear?
When the G tribe attacked, he ran off by himself, leaving mother and the people of the canyon. Come, Nanaki. There's something you should see. Huh? Cloud, will you and the others come with us? This time you can carry the entire party, not just one more person.
Don't sleep here.
The place may be dangerous, make certain you're equipped with the proper gear and material. Also be sure to use the little girl as bait, it always works.
Wait,
Sure,
what?
she'll survive. Oh, hey, that woke her up. I'm guessing if you choose Red 13 first, you lose out on the other options, or you get to do
I haven't
them after
tried,
this?
to be honest. Led by Bugenhaghen, Cloud and the others step into the cave of the G, located to the depths of Cosmo Canyon.
God, it's so hot with all this lava.
You don't you see it's blood or something. I think in the Rebirth specifically mentioned that it's like corrupted Lifestream. Everyone here is a ghost of a G tribe, killed by a certain warrior. A certain warrior?
Cloud?
Wait, don't look at me, this is the first time I've been here.
The vengeful spirits of the G didn't disappear and couldn't return to the Lifestream.
Oh yeah, we just casually got ghosts in our backyard.
That's the thing, Rebirth actually gives an explanation to them and it's kind of bonkers. 1 second. I smell something foul. The spirits are controlled by their hatred, and they attack everyone who steps foot in this place. Be warned.
Not you, because you're not coming with us.
Well, technically he stays behind. So, you control Red 13 for this section, so what's the gimmick of this dungeon? No random encounters, those are the enemies and you potentially can avoid a couple of them, not all of them. Sometimes you do need to perform. I don't like the look of this. I suggest we avoid them. So, you can potentially just outrun them, but some encounters will, indeed be something that you cannot avoid. So...
Why am I reminded of this Ghost Caster Boss in the Golem game of all thing?
Kinda get reminded of that. So, okay, might as well use this time to talk about it, because again, it's something that it's told in Rebirth, and it's nothing technically new, too much new that we know. We know already what the story of the G is, from the original. Well, the thing that they did added in Rebirth is, okay, back when we commented on the Spirits Within, on the movie Final Fantasy Spirits Within, and I said that no anything outside of Life is Strange had referenced it. Turns out they spoke too soon, because Rebirth retcons the G and justifies their idea of not being able to be absorbed by a Lifestream with the exact same backstory of the Phantoms, which is told in the Ultimania Guide, but it's a deliberate reference to the movie. I don't even...
That implies that Spirits Within is canon to Final Fantasy
It's
VII.
more of an homage
What
than
the hell?
anything, same thought process still, but why would you want to reference in current year the Spirits Within? What is wrong with you?
Like,
franchise is fair game, I guess.
Okay, I'll be honest. I don't think I've heard from any dev currently on Square Enix that they're like big fans of that. And before someone brings up Life is Strange,
Mind
that's
you,
technically a licensed out
and
title,
it's
not made
even
by
the
Square
line
in-house.
in universe is a joke, to be honest, Drova. Mind you, the thought process that I can see behind is that because Spirits Within was influenced by Final Fantasy VII in some capacity, this is basically inbreeding when you get down to it.
It's just, why Spirits
We're not
Within?
putting it like
It's
that.
so terrible.
As you can see, this cave leads to the back of Cosmo Canyon. We just have that in our basement, I guess.
So you have evil spirits in your backyard and a demonic-looking goblin face in your basement.
But we are
Wonderful.
colossal and savage. If we had been attacked here, we wouldn't have stood a chance.
Yep, that would have been us just dead and Sephiroth's plan ruined.
The warrior defeated the G ran through this cave alone. As he fought them one by one. Grandpa, is that warrior?
Yes, John Cena.
We're almost there. Do you know how to keep a plot point in suspense?
Pat it out in the dungeon.
To be fair, thankfully
I mean-
this is not super long, but still. Oh, someone's playing this Quadesium.
Nice.
I also love that the enemies are represented by these giant balls with eyes, because that's a simplistic, representation we can give to them.
Boy, it was nice of our ancestors to leave these cases of equipment for us to pick up.
Conveniently modern shape treasure chests, of course. Kind of
They
reminds
were
me
very
of
skilled in business.
kind of reminds me of something that I did talk a bit all over the place in recent time. A funny story, because I learned that through a video essay that talked about it. Back when they were developing a PS2 game called Eternal Ring, I think it's called, From Software did have an interview talking about how much an object should be built on screen, but in a second. What is this? Grandpa, is he?
Our ally and friend? Absolutely.
After death, the ghost of a G lingers like stagnant air.
Okay, who farted?
This can't be! See, they did try also to recapture the whole thing about the face moving, but it's nowhere near as frightening as it was in the original, unfortunately. Again, props for trying at the very least. Remember, this is it's Ginaktak, the boss. Sadly, you cannot insta-kill him with a healing spell, but hey, I guess they wanted to, make you give a fair fight. If anything, this introduces the Dread debuff, which purposefully makes you weaker in order to have the fight take a bit of a different angle, basically.
I do find it interesting the way that they do orient this dungeon compared to the original. Again, to fulfill the gacha sense, though, I guess part of me does wonder why they make it so that it's easier to avoid. Like, okay, it does seem like half the time they want it to be, more RPG-oriented, but other times it's literally just, well, like your typical gacha where it's more so story bit here, fight there, story bit there, fight there, essentially.
It's just,
I do
how
wonder-
they decide to do things, nothing particularly wrong with that, if you ask me.
Oh
And
yeah,
if
nothing
anything,
wrong
it's
with
still,
that.
the dungeon still is structured like it was in the original, where you get the story beats in between.
I'm more so just surprised that it's a bit inconsistent. Like, sometimes it'll just tread here and there, then other times it'll go for a typical dungeon thing. Though, I guess to be fair, the most consistent thing is typically they do save the overworld stuff for when you're mainly dungeon romping, essentially. Whereas most other stuff is, for the most part, automated.
I didn't even also talk about this. When it comes to these limit breaks, Kate Steve has this toy box, like in the original, which produces that. Dice, which does still have the RNG factor, even includes specific animations depending on how good the result is, believe it or not. They actually busted their ass, to make sure that it produces, a different happy face for Kate Steve if he wins or not. And a Boogle dance, I forgot if I actually get to show it.
I will say, it is actually very revolutionary and admirable how much they do tie this in with the remake trilogy project, essentially. Like, obviously, like most gachas, it's catching in, but I can appreciate how it runs alongside it well enough. Well, that's that.
Just exorcise
Well-
the ghost cloud. Be impressed.
It's nothing compared to that dragon I beat the other day.
Thank you, Cloud. We survived because of you.
Yeah, I know, I'm the best.
Nanaki, you've grown strong too.
Yeah, it'd been funny if he said that and Red 13 wasn't in the fight.
Yeah.
Alright, we showed that ghost who's boss. Let's go take down the zombies, vampires, and
No, very
sea
it wasn't a
monsters.
mistake bringing you here. And keep in mind, remember, Shiro, some of the attacks that Red has do resemble a bit the homing attack, so...
Huh.
Oh, what I want to show you is right through here.
It's gonna be funny if Max Middleman does end up voicing Metal Sonic in a Sonic
Okay,
movie.
outside of Infinite, which was a Draco, is there any other canine, C tied to the Sonic games?
There's Barry, who's becoming a bit of a recurring presence now in Sonic stuff.
The place where the warrior fended off the G. He kept them from taking even one step into Cosmo Canyon. But he was never able to return.
We didn't tell you this before because you weren't ready, I guess.
Look, Nanaki, look at your father, the warrior Seto.
It's one thing I've always kind of found a bit messed up. Like, it's implied Nanaki did not know the truth about his father.
That's again, the game clearly wants to put a deal of, you weren't mature enough to comprehend how much your father sacrificed. But I have to agree that it's kind of been dickish to let him grow up with such, very blatant daddy issues. Keep in mind, I think he spent, roughly also 5 years in captivity in Ojo's lab, so he was
That's
a bit
it,
detached
yeah.
from home, unfortunately. And he continues to protect us even now. Even now. You thought he was a coward and ran away, but he alone risked his life to protect Cosmo Canyon.
We just couldn't show you because, well, evil spirits got the way here.
That is your father, Seto. Exclamation marks. Did Mother know?
Oh no, she was dead.
Ho ho ho! She did. The two of them made me promise to keep this cave shut.
And your mother didn't tell you the truth about your father.
Damn.
Why?
They asked me to seal it myself and not to tell us all. Starting to wonder why species is on the brink of extinction. They said...
Yeah, nobody communicates even on a basic level.
Forget about the cave. Yes, let the son grow up bitter thinking his dad's a coward because...
It builds character.
Potatoes.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Cloud, will you leave us alone for a second, please?
Okay,
Just
guys, you
Cloud.
heard him address me. Let's go.
No, just only your name was said.
Interestingly enough, Barrett is the last to go after a bit of a stare. I wonder what the game was trying to communicate with that.
I'm
Something
guessing
about
he's because
planetology.
he's like a father. He knows.
Maybe.
I suppose something's up.
No, okay, I want you to continue your journey with Cloud and the others. Grandpa?
I think Shuri may be onto something. Maybe it's Barrett considering how he can never really tell Marlene the truth about her father given his own end.
Boy, it is funny. That's yet another thing that Machina Bridge did explore. The idea that, Red 13's daddy issues conflicted with Barrett wanting to be a good father for Marlene.
Huh.
Even if we stop every reactor on the planet, it's only going to postpone the inevitable. Even if we stop Sephiroth, everything will perish.
Well, you're a Debbie Downer.
But Nanaki, I've been thinking lately. If there isn't anything we can do to help this planet in its misery, no matter what happens, isn't it important to try? No, don't worry, Bugenhaghen, because apparently, according to Dirjo Cerberus, all the souls get channeled into Omega Weapon and tethers off to another planet or something. I don't know what to
Hooray
tell
for
you.
a happy ending? Question mark.
This year I'll be 130 years old. Give me my answer. That is why Nanaki must go with them, for my sake. You forgot because the game never explicitly tells, but remake is a bit more subtle in actually foreshadowing that. The reason why Bugenhaghen knows all of this shit and has the technology of a planetarium is because he's a former scientist of Shinra, which defected, when he started having feelings about, what happened with the planet.
Interesting how a lot of people were previously associated with Shinra.
I'm so glad when you came back when I was still alive.
Shinra
Grandpa,
are the Turks.
don't talk like that. I don't want to think of life without you. I've lived a long life. I'm old.
You can see.
Grandpa, you need to leave.
Oh yeah, it's just that simple. You're 130, just keep on living.
I'll
Why
do
didn't we
it.
think of
I'll
that?
see to what's happening to the planet and I'll come back and tell you. That's what he basically means. As in, stay alive until I defeat Sephiroth, basically. Nanaki. I am Nanaki of Cosmo Canyon, son of Warrior Seto. And that's cool.
Bless him.
I'll come back a warrior true to that noble name. So please, Grandpa. And that's where the tears come. That's Seto's... Seto... Someone's saying Elden Ring. Hey. Father. I love the bit when Machina Bridge had here, that basically says that Seto is still conscious while trapped in story. He's like, get me out of here! Seriously, nobody had a gold needle to spare for the poor fucker? Like,
Well, apparently we couldn't use a Phoenix down on Aerith, so why not?
So selective.
Well, we should leave soon. It's been weird.
We're going north, right?
Yes, Yuffie. Very good.
yep, someone spotted a black-robed figure headed in that direction.
And we must assume it's tied to Sephiroth, because no one else wears black in this universe. Isn't that right, Tifa, Barrett, and Kate?
Well, Barrett has, more of a traditional leathery brown shirt.
This is where we say goodbye to Red.
Yeah, it's too bad. He was a pretty good guy. Yep, we're totally saying goodbye to a playable party member.
Absolutely.
An
To be
important-
Rather
fair,
than dying, at least.
To be fair, it wasn't super uncommon for RPGs to do it back then. The first Grandia actually has something like this going on, and it does stick. Wait
That
for
is
me!
true.
I'm coming too! Cloud, please look after Nanaki.
Hey, that floating ball of yours might be able to help us on our quest. Can we borrow it?
No.
Sure, but why the change of hearts?
I think I grew up a little. That's what happened.
And by learning to grow up, he realized he can be a little childish.
Ho 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 ho. Also, remember, Jova, the floating ball is kind of like he's, like a personal wheelchair. Don't take it away for the poor guy. Anyway,
Of course.
I can mention, the thing that I was going to in another part anyway, going for the next part, where instead we reach the final of the three homes mentioned in the title of the chapter, which is Nibelheim. See ya.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So yeah.